Welcome to the Class Video Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Doug Tolley. Today we're joined by Dustin Craig, and Dustin, thanks for being here.
Good to be here, thank you.
Dustin, you head up our research around robotic process automation. That's what we're here to talk about today. Tell us a little bit about why robotic process automation matters to healthcare organizations.
Yeah, so what we're seeing right now, especially with the pandemic, areas like telehealth, business intelligence, but of course RPA is just a high energy topic right now, right? And it's all about reducing costs. It's about getting the biggest bang for your buck. And so it's even more critical now with the cost constraints that providers are going through.
And at its core, robotic process automation is exactly what it sounds like. You take processes that are repeated by a human over and over and over, and artificial intelligence, a robot, a bot, learns how to do all those things and then removes that workload from the humans so that they can do other things that are higher level tasks.
Right. So when you look at the complicated nature of revenue cycle management, there's so many tasks that are just repeatable and redundant over and over and over. And so traditionally, the market has hired people to come in and do those things. Well, that doesn't always make a lot of sense, right? Because it's incredibly costly, mistakes can be made, and the engagement that employees often feel is really quite low, right?
Yeah.
They'd rather be using their intellectual skills to do something a little more impactful for the organization. So RPA comes in and really fills that void.
And I think that's a neat byproduct of RPA, not only reducing costs, but helping people feel better about the work they're doing instead of that same mundane, repetitive task over and over and over.
Yeah, it tends to lead to burnout, right? And then therefore employee turnover, which obviously drives up further costs.
Yeah. Well, we talk a little bit today about one robotic process automation vendor, Olive. Olive's interesting. They're healthcare specific. Some of their other competitors have done robotic process automation in a lot of other industries. Olive is specific only to healthcare. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so if you poke around and you start asking about RPA in revenue cycle management, that name is going to come up. Olive's going to come up. As you said, they are exclusive to healthcare, so they know that. They are a full service group, right? So they'll come in, they will actually build it, they will maintain it, they will support that. In fact, it's really almost like RPA or AI as a service.
Okay, so that full service is a differentiator, and that's really interesting because some of them just give you tools and let you build it. Some of them will do it completely for you, but in that full service arena, Olive kind of plays in all of those areas.
Yeah, they really cater to this provider that says, hey, look, this is a complicated thing. I really want to just write the check for this, and I want the benefit. Because the providers aren't really buying, they don't really want the bots, they don't want everything associated with it, they just want the results. They want those repeatable processes, so they engage with a group like Olive to come in and do that. One
of the things we saw in the research was sometimes they're seen as a little bit more expensive than the others. That's probably because they're a full service firm. They kind of do all of that work, and they don't really want to be the low-cost leader there anyway.
Yeah, you know, they really tout themselves as a premium product. You can find other vendors in the space. There is really just the technology. But what that does is it shifts the responsibility over to the provider to figure out how to build it, how to make sure it aligns with workflows, and that they have the right level of resources to maintain it. So if you're a group that doesn't want to have to hassle with that, you know, Olive is a good way to go. And it's validated in our Spotlight report that many providers have found really good success with Olive coming in and solving those problems.
I was also interested in their founder's kind of backstory. Interesting that he has a backstory that includes, you know, work with the NSA and high level sort of technical as well as security level clearances and areas and things. I thought that probably was some of the underpinning as to why their technology is really so good. His background really helped inform the way they built this product.
Yeah.
Basically from the ground up.
Yeah, and it kind of reflects in their character and their scrappiness, right? As a company, that they'll come in and they'll just they'll figure out whatever they have to do to make this product work for them. So I think it aligns actually with this personality.
Yeah, that's great. And often a personality of a company reflects the personality of the founders. Well, Olive AI, I think is how they're referred to.
That's right.
Olive AI, their Spotlight report is out on the class website right now, as well as some other robotic process automation vendors that we've looked at. Dustin, thank you so much for being here today.
Good to be here, thank you.
If you'd like to look at the Olive Spotlight report, that's available at classresearch.com right now. And if you know of any other innovative, disruptive, or emerging tech companies that we should spotlight, please do reach out. Dustin, I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
We will.
Thanks for being here. We'll talk to you next time.